Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to EHE voting session. To you and people streaming and watching us at home. We have a brief agenda today, just one piece of legislation. But before that, a couple of announcements. The following bills will go to the Health Subcommittee. Senate Bill 34, that's Senator Lamb's bill. Senate Bill 84, Pharmacist Self-Administration of Medications. That's Senator Young's bill. And Senate Bill 183, Audiology and Speech Language Interstate Commerce, Senator Young's bill. There may be more going to that committee or other committees, but we're going to get started. And the subcommittee chair, the vice chairman, will let you know when that's going to be. She'll do a quick check with you of what's available. But I do want to get moving. I don't want this to lag, and then we'll have to notify any stakeholders, the people who testified that day. And there may be others coming to environment or education as well in the coming days. Okay, on today's business. This is a bill that was heard last year late in session. It was, I guess, vetoed by the governor. Budget and tax is the primary. A committee on that, we are second because it deals with higher education. We are going to have an explanation of the bill from the committee counsel. Ms. Goodman.
So this is Senate Bill 1, Historically Black Colleges and Universities Funding. So this emergency bill, contingent on a final settlement of the Coalition for Equity and Excellence in Maryland Higher Education et al. Versus Maryland Higher Education Commission, lawsuit by June 1, 2021, provides an additional $577 million in total for Maryland's HBCUs from fiscal 2023 through 2032 to be distributed and used as specified in the bill. An HBCU reserve fund is created to hold unused funds at the end of each year. A new academic program evaluation unit is established in EHE to evaluate new programs and substantial modifications of programs. The unit must have at least 10 staff members. The staff members assigned to the unit must be in addition to the current workforce of EHE. Additionally, the bill has several study and reporting requirements that are not contingent on the final settlement of the lawsuit. Most of the bill's provisions are contingent on the execution of a final settlement agreement in the HBC lawsuit as specified by June 1, 2021. Section 1 of the bill, with no further action required of the General Assembly, is null and void if, by June 11, 2021, the Department of Legislative Services has not received notice of a settlement agreement, and 2, an order has not been issued from the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland or the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit that reverses or vacates the District Court's holding that the state failed to eliminate a traceable de jure era policy of unnecessary program duplication, or holds that any policy of unnecessary program duplication is traceable to de jure segregation has been cured by the terms of the settlement agreement. A little bit of context for this bill. The lawsuit that keeps being referenced is about a 15-year lawsuit in which the district court found that the state failed to eliminate this traceable de jure era policy of unnecessary program duplication that has exacerbated the racial identifiability of Maryland's HBCUs. These universities are Bowie State University, Coppin State University, Morgan State University, and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. And what this bill will do is give them additional support to remedy the findings of the district court. The additional support must be in the form of $577 million provided as calculated in the bill each year from fiscal year 2023 through 2032, and that is appropriated and then allocated based on a formula in the bill. And the specifies provisions of the bill ensure that the HBCUs receive this support. The court did not find that the HBCUs are currently being underfunded as compared to the traditionally white institutions, and in fact they found that they actually receive slightly more funding. So this is a cure and remedy for the only finding of the court. The Budget and Taxation Committee passed this bill yesterday with one amendment, and then that amendment starts on page 2 of your packet. And this amendment establishes a separate account in the Cigarette Restitution Fund consisting of payments received by the state as a result of litigation from the state's enforcement of Title 16, Subtitle 4 of the Business Regulation Article. These funds may only be used to supplant, not to supplement, general fund appropriations to the HBCU settlement. Further, they added a bunch of sponsors, all the Gazzone, Rosapep, Elfreth, Griffith, King, McCrae, Peters, Young, and Zucker, as well as Senator Edwards, Carrozza, Eckert, Salling, Simonaire, and West. So if anyone else wants to sponsor after this vote is taken, just let me know and your name can be added to the bill.
Okay, let's have something before us, so I'll entertain a motion. It's been moved, Ellis, seconded Lamb, to put our imprimatur, endorse, and support HB1, SB1, I apologize, and have that sent up to Budget and Tax. Okay, discussion on the bill or questions? Senator Riley.
Thank you. So we're going to take money out of the Cigarette Restitution Fund. What programs or benefits will not be funded because of the diversion of the dollars?
As far as I can tell from the amendment, none. So this is additional funds in the fund that are left over that haven't been spent on the other programs in there that would be directed to this particular purpose.
Thank you. And my last question is, we talked about the date. Was it July 1, 2021?
Correct. June 1.
What happens if the court makes a decision after that date?
Well, the bill, any parts in Section 1 of the bill do not become effective or are null and void if they don't receive the notice by that particular date.
By that date?
Yes.
So they receive the notification after that date?
If they do, then the bill is null and void.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Or the provisions in Section 1 of the bill are null and void.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Further questions before we go entertain amendments or appear to vote? I do have one. I'm looking at the fiscal note, and it starts in 23 and ends in 32. That seems like 10 years if I count right.
Correct.
And the first 4 years, it averages about 61 million. 61 times 10 is 610, and the bill says it's 577 million. Are the out years less than that? Again, it's not a major question. I was just curious in terms of the mathematics of this.
Let's see here for each fiscal year, 2024 through 32. 57.7 is allocated on the percentage share of students.
Well, I don't want to stop the vote, but if we can check
I'll check that.
upstairs.
Yep.
Okay, I'll entertain, let's sponsor amendments first. Anybody want to be added? Senator Lamb, Senator Ellis, the chairman. An amendment to be added to the bill to add names. So I've got Ellis, Lamb, Kagan, Pinsky, Patterson, Riley.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I could, I'm communicating with the President's office. There was, I think, a disconnect because I think there are a bunch more names that for senators who are and who aren't on this committee who expected that their names would be added.
We'll let B&T and the Senate President's office handle that.
Yep,
I
just wanted to
make
flag
sure
that.
We're added. This can be corrected later on. I mean, or it'll be amalgamated if they're duplicate.
Just wanted to let you
Okay,
know.
any objection to that sponsor? It may not be an amendment, but it's to forward to the President's office. Okay, no objection. Any other amendments? I'm going to come to you, Senator Simonaire, but I'd rather discuss it as amended. Any other amendments you would propose and would have to go back to B&T? Great. You got to walk a little further down, and great. Okay, the bill is before us. Senator Simon-Air.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Senator Washington and I went up and listened to it. There were just a couple little changes from last year. One was they adjusted Copland State. They were getting 7.2 million last year. Now they're getting 9 million. It's an emergency bill, and there was a couple other minor things, but there wasn't any other major issues or changes.
Seeing no further discussion, we'll go to a period of vote. Will anybody in attendance be voting against it? Senator Riley?
Generally, we are able to make a few very short comments if we were doing a head count vote. But I do want to just put on the record. 12 years ago, I sat in.
Senator Riley, I'll tell you what I want to do. Senator Kagan is scheduled for her shot.
Oh.
So I'm going to cast her vote. You sure?
Yeah, thank you.
Please.
I sat in Senator Kagan's chair with Senator Joan Carter Conway, and I made a commitment with her that first year to support this bill at all costs. My daughter went to Bowie State. I understand the disparate issues that we face. My other 3 children went to regular state schools. But when you go through the facilities, when you go through the programs, my daughter got a great education, business major. But this is a very appropriate bill. I was proud to vote for it last time, proud to vote for it this year. Thank you.
No hands raised when I asked for an objection. All those in attendance, unfortunately, Senator Washington is not here today. I don't think she's on campus. Then we'll record the vote as 10-0 in favor and unanimous of those in attendance. Okay, that's all I had. That's really all I had. We'll be meeting again on Tuesday afternoon, I think. We have a full session Tuesday morning. We'll be meeting Tuesday afternoon. We may start going to 2 days of voting sessions next week, so don't plan anything on Friday. And if there's a day on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday we end early, we might start taking up some bills. I don't want to absolutely tell you we have a Friday voting session. I don't know what would be on the voting list. So we will, again, any voting list, try to get to you at 5 o'clock the day before so there are no surprises. Any questions or comments for the good of the order? Okay, everyone have a great weekend, okay? Get some rest. We have a lot of work to do.